by 2. Negative 7. Have a g left over, right?
Yep.
What's positive 24 divided by 2?
12.
Okay. Now, check this out. If I wanted to check, what could I do? Distribute, and I'd get the original problem. Okay, now, does this look like anything we've done? Yeah, okay, it's just what we've been working on. So, now I got to find the factors of what? 12, there you go. 1 times 12. What else? 2 and 6. 3 and 4. Okay? Now I got to figure out how they can combine to get negative 7. 1 and 12? 2 and 6? It's 3 and 4, right? What's my answer going to look like? 2 parentheses. What do I do with that 2 that's already on the outside? Well, I leave it. I mean, I just bring it down. There you go. I don't just, all right, well, I took that 2 out. By 2. No, take it with you. Drop the 2 down. Now I've got 2 parentheses. What do I do right here? A G and a G. We decided it was 3 and 4. Okay. Now, what are my signs? Someone raise your hand and tell me what you got. Negative and a negative. Negative and negative. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. Now, here's where a lot of people go wrong when they're doing this. They just don't read the directions. The directions for everything you're seeing right now are what? What does it say? Factor. Okay? Factor. If I see the word factor, I immediately, does it have a GCF? Okay? Is it a binomial, a trinomial? Oh, trinomial. So I need my answer is going to be set up in 2 parentheses. Alright, I need to find the factors of the last term. That's your thought process, okay? Questions on 12I? Do I need to do 12J? Let's do 12J. J 3x cubed minus 24x squared minus 60x. What's the first thing I ask myself? Does it have a GCF? Does it?
Yes.
What? 3 can go to 3, 3 can go to 24, 3 can go to 60, you're right. What else do they all have in common? They all have an x. Guys, you can't just leave a variable out, okay? Because how many of you guys know what to do with this x cubed? No, I mean, we can't just put down 2 parentheses and go to work, okay? That's the whole reason why when we have 2 parentheses, we can put an x in this parenthesis, x in the second one, because we only have 2 x's. We can't do that. We got 3 x's, okay? So I take out, every one of them has an x. Take out an x. That's the greatest common factor when we're looking at their variables. Okay, so now I've got a 3x on the outside and I've got to rewrite it. Well, I had 3x cubed. I took the 3 away. I had 3 x's. I took 1 away. So what do I have left over?
X squared.
X squared. All right, what's negative 24 divided by 3?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. I had 2 x's. I took 1 away. Okay. What's negative 60 divided by 3?
Negative 24.
I had an x. I took it away. Alright, now, maybe you guys are noticing this, but we want to get it to the point where we can factor this quadratic function, okay? Remember standard form? Look inside the parentheses. Is this the same as that? X squared, got an x, okay, got my constant, it's right there. Same, right? Alright, now I can factor. Now I want to find the factors of what? 20. 1 and 20. 2 and 10. 4 and 5. Okay, I got those. Drop my 3x down. Set up my answer. Got 2 x's now. Alright, got to combine somehow to get 8. Which one am I going to use? 1 and 20? 4 and 5? 2 and 10, right? Guys, once I know what I'm using, I go ahead and just put it in there. A couple different reasons why. Now he's going to worry about signs. And on a multiple choice test, sometimes you can eliminate answers just like that. So at the very least, if you mess up on a sign, you might have a 50-50 shot at getting it right. Because I guarantee you, you'll see some parentheses that might have a 4 and 5 in there. Okay, or a parentheses that they didn't take the GCF out of. So you got to remember to always do that. Okay? Now, what are my signs going to be? I know my middle term is going to be negative.
It's going to be negative and negative.
Positive. It'll be.
I'll be negative.
The 10 will be positive.
If the 10's positive, look, if you do this.
You meant negative 2 and positive.
What's negative 2 times positive 10? That is negative 20. What's negative 2 plus 10? Positive 8. Is that a positive 8? No. Alright, so that means, okay, this one's negative. My bigger one has to be negative. Smaller one has to be positive. Questions on this one? Do I need to work out K?
Coach, we're knocking it out. Everybody's working. Everybody in here is working.
Do I need to do K just for good measure? I think so. Anyone still copying? Question, David? Oh, why I got the negative 10, okay. Reason why I heard someone say, hey, let's make that 10 positive, okay. So I said, make the 10 positive. Well, now I've got to test it out. Okay, so if we did say switch this around, this was negative and that was positive, all right? Oop, I just wrote the same thing down twice. What's negative 2 times positive 10?
Negative 20.
Negative 20, okay, that checks out, but they got to combine to give me that middle term, right? What's negative 2 plus 10? No, it's not. It's positive 8. Negative 2 plus 10. Put it in your calculator if you're not sure. I got to get the number and the sign in front of it. Okay? Number and the sign. So if this one's negative, my bigger number has got to be negative. Next one. Let's see, 12K. Five x to the fourth minus 5x cubed minus 30x squared. What's the first thing I ask myself? Does it?
Yes.
A 5 right now, right? What else? X squared, right? This one's got 4, this one's got 3, this one's got 2. Well, how many do they all at least have? 2. Okay? X squared. They all at least have 2. So I take that 5x squared to the outside. What do I have left over? I had 5, took it away. Had 4, took 2 with it, so I've got x squared. Negative 5 divided by 5, negative 1. Okay, had 3 x's. I took 2 away. I've got 1 left over. Negative 30 divided by 5, negative 6. Had 2 x's, took both of them away. So I've got that.
I didn't put the 1. I just put 1.
Yeah, you don't have to put the 1 right here, guys. Negative 1x and negative x, exact same things. Now I want to find the factors of 6. 1 times 6, 2 and 3. I'm going to set up my answer. Remember, I got to drop down what's on the outside. 5x squared. Set up my 2 parentheses. Got 2 x's. All right. What can combine somehow to give me negative 1? 1 and 6? I know it can't be 1 and 6. 1 minus 6? Negative 5? Okay. Got to be 2 and 3, right? So I'm going to go ahead and plug those in. 2, 3. Which one has got to be positive? The 2, right? Because positive 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Positive 2 minus 3, negative 1. Questions on this one? Okay. Now let's talk about some difference of squares real quick. These are the really easy ones. Really easy ones. So we're on 13a. It's a special forms. I've got x squared minus 36. Is there a GCF? There's a GCF? No, there is no GCF in this one. However, now I want to look at my two terms, x squared and 36. Are those perfect squares? X squared is x times x. 36 is 6 times 6. Is that the difference of squares? How do I know that?
Because they're two different squares.
Subtraction problem. Once I know that, all I have to do is set up my parentheses. How many x's do I have? 2. Square root of 36? What about my signs?
Negative and positive.
Negative and a positive. All right, someone raise your hand and talk to me about 13b. Isaiah.
You can't do it because
You can't do it because it's an addition problem. If you just check this out, m squared, that's perfect squared, 9's a perfect squared. That's not the difference of squares, okay? That's why when we talk about factoring special products, which is what this is, it's either the difference of squares or we can't do it. There is no sum of squares, okay? This is prime, okay? We can't do it all because of this. C was kind of tricky. We'll talk about 13C. This next one's important. All right, let me ask you guys a question. 2 perfect squares right there? M to the 4th? Well, remember, with exponents, we can add them together. I know 81 is. I know that's the difference. All right, now, what's m squared times m squared? M to the 4th, because we had exponents, right? So I can say m squared, squared 81.
Is it okay if we do put x instead of a?
Yeah, I don't care. Now I got a minus and a plus. Take a look at what we just got and see if you can't find anything else in that problem. Am I done? Well, why? Do I have another difference of squares? Oh, I do, right? Perfect square, difference problem, 9. What about that one? Not the difference. That stays the same. So I can just drop that down. Check this out. I have an m right here, square root of 9. Minus and a plus.
So you have to bring down the m squared x one?
Yeah, well, yeah. I can't just get rid of it. Can't just get rid of it, right, Elijah? Okay. Questions on this one? I copied this one down. If you do not have it, you'll see it again. All right. Let's do the last one. 13b.